Oh, hi. What's your name? Hi, Marcia. I almost erased you. I was going to draw a car. You do? But you're a... Well, I don't know. A racing driver? Well, we can make that happen.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us once again here at Turn 3 Racing Network. That's right, new face, new place for us here at NextGenRacingProductions. We have joined forces with one of the best broadcasting companies out there here on iRacing.com, and that is Turn 3 Racing Network. Shout out to Roger Muth, KR Stuffles. Both of them gentlemen have been very instrumental in making things happen behind the scenes for myself. Once again, I am David Worrell, bringing you all the great race action here in the season finale for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com. As I have already said, this is the championship race. Points are coming across the screen now. Top three, Roy Hyde, Eric Blunt, and Brian Mescal Jr. will be battling it out for the top spot here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And we have had a chance to catch up with these drivers, and we are going to now see if we can't get in a few words here pre-race with your points leader coming into tonight, and that is the 00 of Roy Hyde. Also, Eric Blunt. I'm going to just call you what I always call you, Eric. Eric Blunt. I just can't. Yeah, I just can't call you anything else. So that's Eric Blunt. Yeah, we're going to roll with that. So now to see if we can't get in a word with all of these drivers, we're going to do things a little differently here tonight. We're going to go ahead and talk to all three of our championship contenders, so let them all hear the trash that they get to talk about each other and with each other. Gentlemen, how are you tonight?
Doing pretty good.
It's been better. I've been worse.
All right, Mescal Jr. must be still talking to his crew chief for a second, so we'll give him a minute and then we'll get back with him. Roy, you do have the top spot coming into this championship race. Happy hour is winding down. What are your thoughts here after being out there on track here at Happy Hour? What do you think's going to happen tonight?
It's going to be a fun race. I mean, I think that as long as we can survive it, I'm pretty comfortable with that, with the amount of people that we got in the position that we're in the points. But we do have a very noticeable tailwind in 3 and 4, which is upsetting some of the car setups that we're not used to, so everybody's trying to work around that one. Track temp seems to be going down, so it's going to be a solid track for the night. So it's going to be, hopefully, a pretty enjoyable race.
All right. Well, you've enjoyed the points lead for the majority of the season, so we're going to direct this question to Eric. You find yourself sitting, I believe, in second position right now, if my memory serves me correct. What do you think it's going to take to get up there and knock Roy off of that top spot?
Act of God. I mean, Roy's been quick all year. He's got some wins, and he's got a 14-point cushion. So, I mean, all he's got to do is keep it clean and finish in the top 10. And we're going to do everything we can to try to get out there and mix it up and do what we can.
All right, and let's see if Brian's available to take a question. Brian, you got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, but I'm not sure if it's going to translate over, but you were last year's reigning champion for the High Country Trucking Series. Do you think you got what it takes to beat these other two gentlemen out and become a champion here in the 946 Designs Open Cup Series?
Yeah, damn, pretty big deficit here. I don't think I got a whole lot for them, but I'm going to give it my best shot here and see how the race plays out.
All right, well, thank you once again, gentlemen, for taking some time, stepping up here to talk with me just before we get ready to go qualifying here. So I'm going to tell you all, elbows up, good luck, and we will be checking on you guys throughout tonight's race. Good luck, gentlemen.
Appreciate it, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
There you have it. That was your top three coming into tonight's race. Brian Miskell Jr. driving that 33 machine, Roy Hyde in the 00, and Eric Blunt in the 99. Actually make that the 6 machine. I apologize. I'm still used to Eric running the 99 in the truck series, so that 99 is still fresh on my mind. However, happy hour is coming to a close. Looks like as of right now, we have about 18 drivers slotted in to make tonight's championship race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. 120 laps around this 1.48 mile track. And it is going to be an absolute barn burner. There are some other drivers, as you've seen in your points, that are very close. So some positions throughout the field tonight are going to change with the final point standings. But the men to watch, Brian Miskell Jr., Eric Blunt, and Roy Hyde. These drivers all now getting set to go qualifying, as the checkered flag is being waved on this happy hour. There you see the flag man on screen. He's waving his arms off up there. And we're going to get set now to go to qualifying. This is going to be a good one. We will see who shakes out. As of right now, nobody. Sorry about that. A little bit too early to bring that on down. We'll just go ahead and hide that back on up there. Some new features and toys for me up here in the broadcast booth. So, just bear with me as I'm going to be trying to sort my way through a lot of the new features here and hopefully be able to capture some of the great racing action being brought to you here tonight by these drivers in the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Looks like we do have one of our championship contenders out there on track already, and that is the 6 of Eric Blunt. There you see him on the access road. That is something these drivers are going to have to be mindful of when they are making green flag pit stops. And that is, he's going to, you're going to have to stay out of the grass, keep it up there on the track, get up to speed without spinning the tires, and I think we may have open qualifying here tonight. Yes, we do. Another new added feature here tonight in the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Open qualifying for the championship race. That's going to throw some wrenches in the hat. Roy Hyde also out there on track. There you see him up at the top. as we take a look at Eric Blunt's numbers on track. There you see him right now. Just behind him, catching a little bit of that slipstream, and that's going to be what changes a lot of the aspect here in qualifying for these drivers. Eric hitting that white line. Oh, he's going to go around. He is definitely going to have that thing meet the rear end for sure. Matthew McMeekin in the 4, sitting on top of the board right now. This man, championship contender as well. Roy Hyde in the 00 slots in 4th position on his first timed lap. We'll have to see what he can get done this next time by. Eric Blunt in the 6 being shown in the 2nd position. 3rd goes to the 92 of Christopher Matthews. 4th to Roy Hyde as he crosses the line for his 2nd timed lap. That is going to move Roy up to the 3rd position, and nobody has got anything for that 4 of Matthew McMeekin right now being scored as your qualifying leader. Charles Woods in the 40 has slotted into the 2nd position in qualifying here. Some drivers may opt to just spend a couple more laps out there getting some green flag runs in. Looks like the 11 of Ron Holyfield is beginning his timed laps. Brian Mescal Jr., one of your championship contenders here, within striking distance for that championship, as it's just those 3, because there are no chase races in the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. This is old school style racing at its finest. And there you see him, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., sporting a newer paint scheme, it looks like, from where I'm standing. Looks like he's went back to another paint scheme that he's ran before. Special paint being brought out for a special race as Brian Mescal Jr. hits the track for his up-to-speed lap, checking through the rest of the field. Nobody else beginning their laps just yet. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr., he has finally climbed aboard his car. Has not made it out onto track just yet. The 14 of Corey Walters also still yet to get in his car. Damon Cox in the 57. He is still waiting to get in his ride as well. The 9 of Travis Smith will join that list, and he is the last driver that hasn't made a lap. But right now, we're going to go ahead and ride around here with the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. as he comes around to make the start of his timed laps. We'll jump on board in the cockpit here with Brian Mescal Jr. as he goes down into turn number 1. Down this long back stretch and back into turn number 3. Brian Mescal Jr. using a little bit of a higher entry there. You see the preferred line is darkened in quite a bit. Where will he shake out? Where will he cross the line? His current position is 11th. So not what Mescal Jr. was wanting to get out of his car. So with that being said, we'll go back here to the 57 of Damon Cox, who is just kind of hanging out there. There you see him. Bunch of drivers just sitting, hanging out, chilling on pit road as we are just under 4 minutes left to go here in qualifying for your championship race. And would you looky here, the 40 of Charles Woods was able to go up and snatch that pole position away. The 42 of Jeff Hollingsworth slotted into second. Cody Terry third. Matthew McMeekin fourth. Thomas Light in fifth. There you see Corey Walters, Damon Cox, Gordon Larson Jr. yet to make a pit stop, as well as Travis Smith. He has not hit pit road. I wonder why Gordon's name This is a little jacked up there. We will look into that. Gordon, do apologize. Still working some kinks out and whatnot. So as we approach the 2-minute mark here, we're going to keep an eye on your qualifying order, see how things all shake out, what gets done, if anything changes at all. It looks like none of the drivers are actually electing to come out just yet. So we are going to take a moment here and see if anybody decides to come out or not. Gordon Larson Jr. still sitting there. Damon Cox also still sitting on pit road. The 9 of Travis Smith has not yet gotten into his car. So, yeah, everybody slotted in except a few of the drivers. And we are going to get ready to head on down to track for your pre-race festivities, the singing of our national anthem, as well as a flyover that is going to be one for the ages. I want to take a moment just to say thank you once again, everybody, for joining us. Thank you very, very much. Thank you to all the guys at Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you to Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com, bringing us this 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Want to give a shout out also to Marcellus Bruning in the Formula I League, as well as Robert Mitchell for the Sunday Hangover IndyCar League. Hats off. What's up, fellas? We are getting ready to go racing. It is going to be absolutely great, and I cannot wait. These drivers all now going to pit road, so we'll be back after our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
If that doesn't get you ready to go green flag racing, I don't know what will. These drivers gonna be hitting the grid any moment now. I don't know where. Don't know. Here are most of your drivers now beginning to grid. So we're gonna go ahead and give you what you want. And that is your grid for the 946 Designs 120 here at Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com. Starting pole position, row number 1, the 14 of Corey Walters. Outside row number 1, the 92 of Christopher Matthews. Row number 2, the 6 of Eric Blunt in the 42 of Jeff Hollingsworth. Row number 3, the 80 of Brian Littleton, followed by the 11 of Ron Holyfield. Row number 4, the 57 of Damon the Unicorn Cox in the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Row number 5, the 40 of Charles Woods, followed by the 22 of Cody Terry. Row number 6, the 8 of Kendall Levron, followed by the 00 of Roy Hyde. Row number 7, the 76 of Chuck Mobley, and the 98 of Thomas Light. Row number 8, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, and the 9 of Travis Smith. Row number 9, the 43 of Craig Learman, and the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. And that, my friends, rounds out the qualifying order, the starting order, your race grid, as these cars are starting to work their way down the backstretch already. And who will take it to the point first? We're going to have to wait and see when the pace car ducks off. It is going to be an absolute barn burner trying to get up here with your race leaders. There you have them. There you see them. And we are green flag racing here at Miami Homestead Speedway. Oh, and already around we go. Caution is out early here tonight. And my goodness, somebody already having a rough night. Cody Terry, sitting still on pit road, has elected to get a ride back. And I think that may have been... My goodness, I couldn't even see who that was. Let's take another look at this. You see Cody Terry down there on the inside, looking for who that is on the outside. I believe that is the 42, possibly. I am not sure who it is. Maybe... trying to take a look, and I just cannot see who that was back there involved with Cody Terry. Let's back it up one more time. My goodness, that's going to be a tough one. Long race, long night left for a lot of drivers out there on track. They are not hitting pit road this time. Charles Woods still being scored as your race leader. And that is a tough one to swallow. That is a tough one to watch, as Cody Terry already behind the 8 ball, being scored 2 laps down. Few drivers have hit pit road. However, Damon Cox has hit pit road. Gordon Larson Jr., Corey Walters, all on pit road. The rest of the field staying out on track. My goodness, that could have spelled disaster for your championship contenders. That could have changed the whole dynamic. And that man right there, sitting second on your screen, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Should something happen to these drivers, these 3 highlighted drivers, Roy Hyde, Eric Blunt, Brian Mescal Jr., should something happen to those drivers, Matthew McMeekin, if he is able to steal a win away here tonight, there may be a possibility that he can go up there and snatch that championship lead. So we will have to keep an eye on that as the pace car lights are out here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Sorry, I always say those two backwards, but it is just, it's one of the things that, you know, people like me just do. Because, yeah. And that may have been on that restart. I believe I am hearing word that the 42 of Jeff Hollingsworth right there being shown in the third position spun the tires, got a little bit out of shape, and that's what caused him to come down right there and into that left rear quarter of the 22 of Cody Terry and put his night, I don't want to say to an end early, but it is starting to look that way. So we are going to go green flag racing here. Pace car lights are off. Charles Woods is on the gas, and we are back green flag racing here at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the 946 Designs 120. Still under green as everybody's going through the gears now. Looks like everything is going to sort itself out. We have one driver ducking down towards the bottom, and that is Jeff Hollingsworth. I believe he has got some issues. He may be hitting pit road this time by. I'm not quite sure. Rest of the field, single file off of 4, back to turn 1. Lap number 6 out of 120 here tonight for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series drivers. And there you see one of your championship contenders up there in that third position. Eric Blunt doing what he can, doing all he can. And that is finish in front of the guys that he's racing this championship for. Eric Blunt takes the position away, 3 wide for third. That is Christopher Matthews going up the middle. He's going to take that position. He's going to be in the third spot now. Oh, up the hill is Lerman. Right behind him is Roy Hyde. That could have been very, very close for Roy as he was coming off of turn 4 with an enormous amount of speed. And there is the missile himself, Brian Mescal Jr. in that 33 machine. He's following Roy Hyde to the front. He is now running in the 8th spot. Roy running just to his inside, running in 7th. They're going to swap that position through 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, Eric Blunt knocking on the door of the race lead here as we take lap number 9 here tonight. Eric Blunt beginning to lose just a little bit of ground on that race leader. That lead beginning to open up just slightly. That past lap, Christopher Matthews has been running lap times comparable to your race leader, and he is starting to stalk down that 6 of Eric Blunt. Big gaggle of cars here as Brian Mescal Jr. is looking to the inside of, I believe that may be Ron Holyfield that he's looking to the inside on. Yes, it is Ron right there with Kendall Lebron, Matthew McMeekin. That is a little bit of a log jam back here from 5th on back. Your leaders trying to get the job done, trying to get up there and get away from the field. We're going to keep our eye on this battle right here because there you see it, 4, 5, 6 cars all within about a half a second of each other. Kendall Lebron going up the track, sliding in front of the 11 of Ron Holyfield. Give that position to him, but the man on the move now, Brian Mescal Jr., to the bottom of the track. He's going to take those 2 spots. Now looking for another on Kendall Lebron as he goes into turn 1, even with him. Matthew McMeekin running that higher line here at Homestead. And Brian Mescal Jr. passes him as well on the exit of 2, putting Mescal Jr. into 4th. Ron Holyfield now looking to the inside of that four of Matthew McMeekin. Can he slide up in front of him? No, he can't. Pushes it right there to the limit. Back down the front stretch, side by side with McMeekin and Levron. Levron now looking to the inside of McMeekin. Nothing changed, nothing going on up there with your race leader. Charles Woods in the 40s still has about a 3/10 second lead over Eric Blunt in the 6th. Christopher Matthews about 3/10 back from him, running in 3rd. Brian Musco Jr. in 4th, rounding out your top 5 here tonight. The 8 of Kendall Levron right in front of this little just gaggling of a pack of cars. Inside of Levron, though, this gentleman right here, Roy Hyde, he is trying to make his way up inside the top 5. I want to give you a little interesting fact about your points leader coming into tonight, and there you see it, Roy. 15 years of active duty military service, and, well, thinks wearing spandex should come with an application. Not sure of the thought process, but that's just Roy for you. Shout out to him, Brian Muskel Jr., Eric Blunt, for a great season so far. As a matter of fact, we will give you a little bit more about Roy Hyde's stats for this season. There you see it, 9 starts, 1 win, 5 top 5s, and 6 top 10s. So Roy has been known to get the job done this season, and that's what those drivers alluded to. But up at the front now, another championship contender, Eric Blunt, running in the 1st position. He's got Brian Muskel Jr. right behind him. Charles Woods down on the inside. Muskel Jr. side by side with him down the front stretch. Roy Hyde now side by side with the 92 of Christopher Matthews. That is for 4th and 5th position. Roy's going to look to the inside. He's going to take that spot, put his nose down there right on that white line through the center of 1 and 2, and force Charles Woods up the track. Give the spot to Roy Hyde. They are side by side working their way through 3 and 4. Momentum is going to pay off and carry out with that 40 for the moment. What will Roy Hyde do back down here into turn number 1? He's going to put it on the bottom of the track. Makes the pass easily through the center of 1 and 2. Now your top 3 championship contenders all running within 2 or 3/10 of each other. Muskel Jr. now to the bottom, looking for the lead. Can he maintain it and hold it off of Ford? Looks like he's going to be able to. He's going to go to the point. Blunt back to the bottom with a crossover going into turn 1. Roy Hyde right there waiting in the wings. Off of turn 2, your top 3. Still throw a blanket over them. All within 1/10 of each other now. Roy Hyde takes that 2nd position away from Eric Blunt as he falls to 3rd. Travis Smith in the 9 machine, as well as Brian Littleton in the 80. That rounds out your top 5 here tonight. And to the line, it's a drag race. Brian Muskel Jr. on the outside, Roy Hyde to the inside. While we've got some great action to watch on screen, we're going to go ahead. Your aerial coverage for tonight's race provided by 946 Designs. Go check them out. Justin Walters, Travis Smith, promise you, those guys are beasts with the brush. If there's anything you want painted or done up here on iRacing, give those guys a shout over on Facebook. Tell them David Worrell sent you. Great shot here of your top 5, top 6 drivers. Roy Hyde leading the field. Brian Muskel Jr. in 2nd. Travis Smith in 3rd. Brian Littleton 4th. Eric Blunt in 5th. down the backstretch. Nothing changing, nothing going on with the lead as far as your timing and scoring is concerned. Roy Hyde starting to open up a little bit of a lead now over the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. As you see the 9 of Travis Smith going back down into turns 1 and 2. He finds himself a half a second off of race leader Roy Hyde. And man, whew, absolutely crazy pace for these drivers out here tonight. And I, for one, am enjoying every bit of the race action. Some drivers looks like they held off for a minute before going hard into the gas. And there you see your running order right now for tonight's race. Cody Terry, 22, caught up on the initial start in an incident into the outside wall. Back across to the grass. He has had to call it a night. We still have now 17 cars on the racing surface. 16 still on the lead lap. The 98 of Thomas Light being scored as the first and only car 1 lap down here tonight as we are working lap 25 out of 120 for the 946 Designs 120. Brought to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And now Travis Smith beginning to try to work over Brian Mescal Jr. up here at the front. Travis with a little bit of blinkiness right there. Sometimes that happens. Not sure why with Travis it happens. It just does. So it is what it is on that one. But we're going to continue to keep on trucking here as we are clicking off the laps. Less than 100 here left tonight. Damon Cox has been on and off pit road earlier. He now finds himself running inside the top 10 in the 9th position. Your top 5 running right now: the 00 of Roy Hyde, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., the 9 of Travis Smith, the 60 of Brian Littleton, and the 76 of Chuck Mobley. Gonna give you a little bit of onboard action here, riding with that 9 of Travis Smith now as he is trying to get around that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. and make up some ground on Roy Hyde before he's set sail on this field. No stages for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, so you gotta go. No time to wait. Not gonna get a break unless that dreaded caution flag flies once again. There you see Brian Mescal Jr. just moving on over, moving on out of the way. Smart man living to fight another day is that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. He's got to think big picture right now. Championship hopes as we are riding on one of our bumper cams here. That is from the rear end of the 9 of Travis Smith. Now looking back off of the roof at that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. as well as Brian Littleton as they have opened up a pretty big gap back to that 5th place runner Chuck Mobley. Almost a 3-second deficit from Littleton to Mobley, and Eric Blunt is falling to the wayside right now. He finds himself 5.5 seconds back from your race leader. So he has got an uphill battle to climb and fight through here for the rest of tonight's race. Going to take a look back through the field as Christopher Matthews is beginning to close in on Eric Blunt, and those two drivers are battling for 5th, 6th, and 7th with Chuck Mobley, Damon Cox, and 8th, Kendall Levron 9th. Closest battle on track is this one right here between Eric Blunt and Chuck Mobley. Kendall Levron and Damon Cox pretty much right there as well, trying to see if they can make a pass and get a position as well. Gordon Larson Jr. is battling also with the 4 of Matthew McNeek. And if you remember, Matthew in the 4, he started up near the front, ran near the front, and during this green flag run has had some issues with the car, just not handling to his liking, and has fell deep into the field all the way back to the 12th running position. So he has got a big task at hand as well. Riding just in front of that 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. They are trying to get by the 40 of Charles Woods. Charles was your pole sitter for today's 946 Designs 120 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and he has found himself falling through the field drastically now, as we are about 30 laps deep into this green flag run, and he has fell from first all the way back to 11th. Gonna rejoin up near the front once again as Chuck Mobley still holding on to that 5th position. He is under fire, however, from that 6 of Eric Blunt riding in his Ford Mustang, trying to get the job done and make a pass, gain some points, but it is going to be tough sledding as your point season leader, Roy Hyde, is also your race leader right now. There you see the distance between him and the 9 of Travis Smith. Travis has a lot yet to get done. Roy Hyde works his way off of turn number 4. There you see it on screen. Roy started all the way back in the 10th position and has managed to work his way all the way up to the point, leading this field, smooth sailing, no pressure, 1.6 second lead over Travis Smith. Looking around track, looking around the field, looks like Gordon Larson Jr. was able to finally make that pass on the 40 of Charles Woods. That's gonna put him into the 11th position. Woods now falling all the way back to 12th. And Travis Smith has not been able to make up any ground on your race leader, still running in the 2nd position. Fuel mileage may begin to come into play here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series season finale. And I just can't wait, because that's what's coming up next. Brought to you by Turn 3 Racing Networks. Who will be crowned the champion? You're going to have to wait till the end, just like I am. And we will get to celebrate a little bit later in Victory Lane with the driver that's able to get the job done, Roy Hyde, making a statement, going after his 2nd win on the season at the most important time in the season finale, while leading the points championship. He is a man on the mission right now. 2.4 seconds back to this man on screen, the 9 of Travis Smith, running in the 2nd position. Brian Mescal Jr. in 3rd. He's going to need to make up some ground, make up some time if he wants to win this championship, because he has got another man coming to knock on his door here in a few laps. The 80 of Brian Littleton now being shown in the 4th spot, trying to track down Brian Mescal Jr. Chuck Mobley rounding out your top 5, still under fire back here. And this is the closest battle on track, so we're going to stay right here with these 4 drivers. Chuck Mobley in the 76, the 6 of Eric Blunt, and the 92 of Christopher Matthews. That is 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th of Damon Cox right there as well. holding on to the tail of Matthews. And it looks like Travis Smith has hit pit road. He has been in and out of his box. Gonna keep an eye on his pit delta. See where it all about shakes out at. And it looks like it's right around the 38-second mark that it's gonna take for these drivers to make a pit stop. There you see Travis Smith coming off of pit lane right there. He's going to be put down one lap, now being scored as the first car, one lap down. 14 drivers still on the lead lap. That is going to change as Brian Mescal Jr. hits pit road. Brian Littleton on pit road. Roy Hyde also on pit road. Corey Walters also has already been on and off pit road once. He is going to have to hit pit road yet again, as there you see Roy Hyde going down one lap. Your race leader now being scored as the 6th of Eric Blunt, as he is trying to extend the fuel run. Will he hit pit road this time by? We'll have to see. Not sure, but I believe you have got to hit that access road, and that slows down a lot of your momentum, a lot of the speed that you're able to carry into pit road. So that is a factor that a lot of these drivers are going to have to deal with. But right here, there you see it. The man that hit pit road first, the 9 of Travis Smith. He is trying to work his way back by Eric Blunt, as he does, as Eric's going to hit pit road this time. That's going to allow Roy Hyde also to get his lap back. Brian Mescal Jr. will get his back as well. Roy Hyde was your race leader before the pit stops. Now, after pit stops, this man right here will end up being your race leader. Travis Smith doing a heck of a job on and off pit road. 38.1 seconds. That is the fastest pit stop so far. So getting the job done on and off the racing surface is that the 9 of Travis Smith. Do apologize, sometimes I see things upside down as well, so yeah, we just won't talk about that. Yeah, sounds good to me. Thomas Light now being scored 2 laps down, as caution has flown, and we'll have to see if we can't see what happened to that 42 of Jeff Hollingsworth, as I believe he has brought out the caution late here. Miss it just a little bit. Let's see what happened here. The 42 just gets a little sideways. Learman not able to check up in time, sends him the rest of the way around, and that is going to catch a lot of this field out. That is going to put a lot of drivers down one lap, and that has, however, paid off for this driver, Gordon Larson Jr., yet to make his pit stop. He's going to be able to hit pit road this time. Your top 5 drivers, the only drivers left on the lead lap, and that does include 2 of your championship contenders, Roy Hyde in the 00 and Brian Mescal Jr. in the 33. They are 3rd and 5th respectively. However, I believe a lot of drivers will stay out and receive the wave around. Eric Blunt, Ron Holyfield, Chuck Mobley, Christopher Matthews, Damon Cox all hit pit road very, very recently. So look for those drivers to stay out on track as we work our way around for lap 48 out of 120 here tonight. Travis Smith hits his box. Roy Hyde hits his box. Gordon Larson Jr. on and off pit road. Brian Littleton on pit road, as well as Brian Mescal Jr. And as we're working our second caution for the evening, we're going to take a real quick break here. We'll be right back. You won't miss any of the racing action here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Welcome back. As promised, haven't missed any of the racing action. Gordon Larson Jr. still being scored as your race leader. We're going to see if we can't talk to Gordon here in just a second. Make sure how things are going to be shaking out there on track. Looks like we do have the one to go here. So we will try to catch up with Gordon just for a real quick second down the backstretch here. See if he has a moment to speak. Gordon Larson Jr., this is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy, gonna just real quick, how scared were you staying out that late, as I know we were getting ready to go back green flag racing, so were you concerned about running out of fuel there at all?
No, I still had about 3 laps in the tank. So I was good. I was surprised the caution came out. I was going to see how far I was going to really be back in the field when I did make my green flag pit stop.
All right, bud. Well, elbows up, and we'll let you go as you got to focus for this restart here. Good luck, and we'll see if we can't talk to you later.
Appreciate it.
There you go. That was the double O of Gordon, the double O. That is Roy Hyde on the outside. Gordon Larson Jr. nails the gas. He restarts the race with a great jump. Has about a 3/10 second lead over that double O of Roy Hyde, who has got his hands full with the 80 of Brian Littleton. Brian Mescal Jr. also right there. Eric Blunt has found a way to make it back up to these gentlemen, as he has got his hands full with that 11 of Ron Holyfield, who is being scored the first car 1 lap down. As Littleton now looking to the inside of Gordon Larson Jr., Brian Mescal Jr. on the inside of Roy Hyde. Eric Blunt up there in that 5th position. He's got Travis Smith lurking just in the background. Craig Learman also right there 1 lap down. He's trying to get a lap back the hard way, and they are racing right there with your championship 3. Brian Littleton to the high side, going for the lead. Will he have it at the line? No, he will not. That lap gonna be given to Gordon Larson Jr. down there on that inside lane. Still digging now back to the top. Big run off of the corner exit for the 80 of Littleton, utilizing that high lane, but that's gonna give Ron Holyfield and Craig Learman. Oh, Travis Smith sideways off of turn 4. What a save by Travis Smith as he has got his car back underway. Let's look at this save one more time on your turn 3 replay. Look at that sideways. Oh my goodness. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Wheelman Travis Smith points it back in the right direction, and he is starting to try to get his speed back up, try to work his way back up through the field as he finds himself all the way back in the 10th spot now. Brian Maskell Jr. with a little bit of a moment there with the lap down machine of Greg Learman in that 43. That was some close quarter racing, and these other two drivers right behind him, Roy Hyde in the 00 and Eric Blunt in the 6, have to stay on their toes as well. They don't want their championship hopes to go down the drains at the wrong time. He is still working hard to get around the 43 of Learman. Blunt now slowly starting to inch his way around, and Damon Cox also being scored one lap down in his 57 machine finds himself trying to get a position away from the 43 of Learman. Brian Maskell Jr. looking to the inside of Gordon Larson Jr. That is for second position in the running order. Third on track right now, because there you see the man up front, Ron Holyfield, is actually just now back on the lead lap, able to do it the hard way, the old-fashioned way, race his way back onto the lead lap. But Brian Littleton right there behind him, he is being scored as your race leader. He has got to keep his temper, keep his patience in check. Small battles all over this track as the 76 of Chuck Mobley has the 9 of Travis Smith lurking in the background. Kendall Levron now yields the position to the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. However, McMeekin is being scored. Oh, close quarters there from Mobley. Right there, him and Travis Smith almost touch going into turn 3. Smith with a good run on the bottom. Now looking to take a position away from Kendall Levron in that 8 machine. He's going to slide up the track, give the spot to Smith from 10th back up to 6th. Here you see one of your championship contenders, Eric Blunt, kind of just in no man's land, about 2 seconds off of your race leader. Battle right now on track, though, is right here. That is for the second position. 2 cars battling just behind them. Gordon Larson Jr., Damon Cox, they're battling for the first car 1 lap down. Scratch that, as Littleton has been able to get back around Holyfield and put him back 1 lap down. Just now reaching the halfway mark for the 946 Designs 120 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Your top 5 looks a little something like this. Brian Littleton in the 80 in first. Roy Hyde in the 00 in second. Third position to the 33 of Brian Maskell Jr. Gordon Larson Jr. in the 01 is in fourth. And Eric Blunt in the 6th in 5th. Now battling to get around the lap machine of Ron Holyfield is this 00 of Roy Hyde. Worked his way for about 2 laps, finally able to get the pass. Holyfield with a great run down the backstretch. Not going to be able to do anything with it when they get to turn 3. That's going to leave Brian Maskell Jr. with a task at hand now to get around him. And slowly but surely, this man right here on the move, Travis Smith, seen him early on this restart with a big moment, big slide and a catch. fell all the way back to the 10th position, driving by Eric Blunt in the 6th to take over the 5th spot. This is one of your closest battles on track. Scratch that battle. Lead change. Roy Hyde to the point out of 2. Great run through 1 and 2 to make up some ground on the 80 of Brian Littleton, as Littleton is going to give that position back to the 00, back to the point. And the man right behind him, Brian Mescal Jr., looking to get up there and mix it up with Roy Hyde. Maybe battle it out to the end for the championship here tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network. Looking through timing and scoring, this is still one of your closest battles on track. You do have the 8 of Kendall Levron under fire right now from the 76 of Chuck Mobley as they work their way down the back stretch. That battle is for 7th and 8th position on track. Track temperature does look like it may have dropped just slightly, but not that much, as these drivers now only have 54 laps to go around this 1.5 mile track here at Homestead-Miami Speedway in sunny Florida. Love it down here. Love the weather. Always great to come get some racing action in here as the months get colder and colder back where I'm from. Mountains of western North Carolina can make you appreciate the warm summer days. This battle still raging on for 7th and 8th on track. Chuck Mobley now back to the 7th spot. Levron with a great run down the backstretch, looking to the inside now. He's going to fall suit and fall right in behind. Right there on that rear deck lid, though. That is some close racing between these two drivers, and I believe that may be the 92 of Christopher Matthews being scored 1 lap down. He is trying to make his way up through the field, up through the runners, being scored 1 lap down. Damon Cox in the 57 being shown as the first car 1 lap down, running in the 12th position. Meanwhile, back up front, back leading comfortably, man of the hour, man of the moment, Roy Hyde and his 00 Chevy ZL1 Camaro, running the field, running the point, in leading your championship standings as we are getting closer and closer to Roy being able to write his name in the books as the Season 1 champion here for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If it's got wheels and you want to run it, promise you, iRacing has got it. Every tracking car laser scanned for precision. And if you don't think it's a good enough simulator, just go ask real race car drivers like Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Christopher Bell, William Byron, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Go ask all of them about it. Ty Majeski as well. And they'll all tell you they utilize iRacing quite often, as this is where the big boys play. Field beginning to spread out just a little bit here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Roy Hyde has opened his lead up to about a 1.7 second lead over the second place runner Brian Littleton. Brian Mescal Jr. is about 4/10 behind him, already over 2 seconds behind the man that wants the championship. This guy right here, Roy Hyde. Great shot. Look at him, dressed for success, ready to celebrate and pop some champagne in victory lane. Already got his suit and tie on, riding looking clean. Roy Hyde, the man trying to get the job done here tonight, and I don't believe anybody has got anything in the bag right now for this man, because he is absolutely stepping away. Almost a 3-second lead back to third place of Brian Mescal Jr., the other man vying for a championship. Eric Blunt is now being scored 1 lap down, running in the 16th position. And I believe Eric may have hit pit road. That may be, yes it is. Eric has already been on and off pit road. Maybe some fuel strategy coming into play here for Eric Blunt, as he's decided to hit pit road very early, but he is going to have 28 lap fresher tires than the rest of the field. So your race leader, as well as your top 4 or 5 drivers, have got to be aware of the undercut of the short pit strategy that Eric Blunt is trying to maintain with him and his crew chief, thinking that is the way to gain the ground, as they seen Travis Smith in that 9 machine only hit pit road about 2 laps sooner than Roy Hyde, and he was able to come out of pit road and leapfrog over Roy. So with a tire difference much larger, the lap time difference is going to be that much larger, as Eric Blunt is lapping around the track about 1.1 seconds faster than Roy Hyde, your race leader right now. Roy Hyde making it very easy for everybody in the stats room, everybody in the control booth. There, I mean, you'll come in leading the points, you'll win the race. Well, pretty much makes it easy to figure out who your champion is gonna be. And at the moment, should things end right now, with only 41 laps left to go here tonight, can Roy Hyde maintain? Can he get the job done? We'll have to wait and see. Brian Littleton now being scored almost 4 seconds back. This man is on an absolute crazy pace right now. Give you a little bit of idea of the gaps going on. Your race leader Roy Hyde has almost a 5-second lead over the third place runner of Travis Smith. Does have over a 5-second lead over the fourth place runner, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. And look at that. Over 10 seconds separate your race leader from the 6th place runner of Chuck Mobley. That just lets you know the amount of speed that is being laid down out there by that 00. As a matter of fact, looking at lap times that last time by, Eric Blunt with much fresher tires was still faster than your leader, but that time difference has now dropped to about 1 second faster a lap. You remember it was up there somewhere around the 1.5 second a lap range for 1 or 2 laps, and it has begun to fall off and somewhat manage itself, as all the drivers have been on pit road and still need to stop for the last time. Eric Blunt going to be very close to making it to the end of this thing on his fuel. So he is taking the strategy of, as soon as the pit... Oh my goodness. Do apologize. Sorry about that. As Eric Blunt trying the fuel mileage strategy, working it somewhat as a road course. As soon as the pit window opened up, he did hit pit road. Battle on track now for the second spot. And that is Brian Littleton and Travis Smith in the 9. If you remember, early on this restart, Travis Smith with a big moment. Car sideways. Had to save it off of turn number 2. He was able to do so. He did fall all the way back to the 10th spot. Now he is making the pass on the inside for second. Littleton not giving up the fight just yet, as he's going to force Smith to run that bottom lane. Not going to give him enough room to come up and pull the slide job, as Littleton now with a run on the outside back down the front stretch. And that's going to allow Roy Hyde to... Never mind. Roy Hyde hitting pit road that time by. Brian Mescal Jr. also to pit road. That's going to leave these 2 drivers out there battling on track for first and second. Travis Smith to the point in the 9. Looks like Brian Littleton may be hitting pit road this time by. No, he's going to stay out on track, I do believe. Nope, there you see him on the access road coming to pit road this time. Damon Cox still being scored 1 lap down. Roy Hyde being shown as the first car 1 lap down. A lot of action out there on track. Kendall Levron hitting pit road that time by. Jeff Hollingsworth in the 42 also hitting pit road. Their last stops will be in the books as the lights begin to come on here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Travis Smith crossing the line once again. 33 laps to go here to decide your Season 1 champion here at the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com. And you've guessed it, brought to you on YouTube by Turn 3 Racing Network. Still staying on the track, the 9 of Travis Smith. Charles Woods in the 40 has hit pit road this time by, as well as the 98 of Thomas Light. Chuck Mobley in the 76 has also brought his machine down to pit road as well. That will be Chuck's final stop of the race. Eric Blunt still being scored 1 lap down. He does have a little bit of a lead now being passed. There you see it. This will end up being the battle for the race lead when Travis Smith stops and comes back onto track, unless we have a caution fly at some point in time. Damon Cox being scored as the first car 1 lap down. Roy Hyde in 5th being shown as the second car 1 lap down. Gordon Larson Jr. hitting pit road this time by, or I should say in his box, getting service right now this time as we work our way back down the track to begin lap 91. Out of 120 here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. 30 laps to go. Travis Smith still out there on track, the 14 of Corey Walters hitting pit lane, this time by Roy Hyde, being scored third position. The first car 1 lap down. Thomas Light now going yet another lap down, as Thomas has had a little bit of trouble here tonight. Front end of that 98 machine beat up just a little bit, as the 9 of Travis Smith trying to work his way back down and into turn number 3. There you see Roy Hyde. He's got about a lap and a straightaway advantage right now over Roy. The entire field being shown 1 lap down except for your race leader, Travis Smith. He has pulled the stops out here tonight. 28 laps left to go here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And when will Travis stop? He's been out there for about 43 laps or so, looking to possibly have some fresher tires than the guys in front of him when he decides to hit pit road. Not coming this time by just yet, as he's going to stay out on track for at least 1 more lap here. Field a little bit spread out as we have made our way through 2 sets of green flag pit stops. There you see Travis Smith hitting pit road this time. That is going to give the lead to this man right here, Roy Hyde. Should he be able to get all the way back around the track before Smith can get off and up to speed. We're going to keep an eye on Roy Hyde as he makes his way off of turn 2 and back down the backstretch. And Roy Hyde has managed to make his way around Travis Smith, as Travis just now coming off of pit road. He's going to give up a lot of time over to your race leader, because if timing and scoring is showing everything correctly, my goodness, this man right here on track has got a huge lead over the second place runner of Brian Littleton. Almost 7 seconds separate your race leader from second place. Eric Blunt, with the strategy of hitting pit road early, has found himself running in the 3rd spot. Kendall Levron in the 8 machine running in 4th. Rounding out your top 5, the 9 of Travis Smith. And tell you what, we haven't brought you, if my memory serves me correct, we haven't been able to bring you the gyro cam here yet. Great view of the sunset off of the distance here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, as we are looking out of the windshield of your race leader, the 00 of Roy Hyde. He is trying to put his name in the books here at Next Gen Racing as the first champion for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. There you get a great feel for the banking that is involved at this track here in Miami. And I've always loved Miami because you can run that high line if you want to, but if you have got the setup for it, the best way around this track, one of the fastest ways around the track, is exactly the line that you see this 00 running. That's about a high to mid lane entry, hugging the white line about a half a lane up and arcing back out to the wall. Little bit of a wiggle there out of Roy off of 2. He's going to have to keep himself in check. Leading the field now, over 8 seconds between him and Brian Littleton. Travis Smith, however, freshest tires out there on track. 10 laps fresher than that 00 of Roy Hyde. Will he be able to come up and make a pass here later in the race? As we only have 20 laps left to go, he's going to have to be a man on the move. He's going to have to click off a lot faster laps, faster than 0.4 a second if he's going to want to get up there and battle for the race win. He finds himself running just over 11 seconds behind your race leader, Roy Hyde. Once again, tonight's aerial coverage being brought to you by 946 Designs. Go check them out on Facebook. Justin Walters as well as Travis Smith, co-owners at 946 Designs. Those gentlemen are absolute beasts on the brush. If you want it done, if you want it painted, you want it wrapped, whatever you want to say. If you want a bad paint on that machine, go hit them up over there. Promise you will not regret it. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Great painters and great racers. Want to give a shout out to my good buddy Justin Walters, who is up in the control room watching over this race, making sure everything goes off without a hitch. Speaking of everything going off without a hitch, not a hitch or glitch into tonight's race for your race leader, Roy Hyde. Started all the way back in 10th, has driven his way up to the top position, has never fell back out of that 10th, the top 10 where he started. Has been a man on a mission all race long, went to the front and has led the majority of this field. Nobody can touch him on laps led right now. 52 in the book. Now make that 53 as Charles Woods in the 40 is the closest one to him with 14 laps led. So the most laps led gonna go to Roy Hyde as well. Just another feather to put in his cap as we are working with just 15 laps left here tonight in the 946 Designs 120 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Travis Smith in the 9 machine has been able to get up into around the 80 of Brian Littleton, put Smith to second. Top 3 running order right now: Roy Hyde, Travis Smith, and Brian Littleton. And right now, those tires are paying off little by little for Smith, but I don't think there is gonna be enough laps left in tonight's race for him to get up there and catch Roy Hyde. As that last lap, he was about almost 0.5, almost a half a second faster than your race leader, but the math just won't add up. If he is a half a second faster for the next 12 laps, that is only about 6 seconds of ground that he's going to make up. And he now finds himself 7.2 seconds behind your race leader, Roy Hyde, working his way off of turn 2 back down the backstretch. Gonna join a little bit of a 3-car battle right here. 4th, 5th, 6th position. Brian Mescal Jr. in 4th. Kendall Levron 5th. Eric Blunt in 6th. Just behind them, you see a 4-car battle. Some of that is for position. Some of it is not. Some of those cars. Lord. Do apologize. Some of those cars right back in the distance that you see are lap down cars. The 92 of Christopher Matthews, as well as the 4 machine of Matthew McMeekin. Up front, Travis Smith has been able to cut it now down to 6.3 seconds for the race lead. And this is a heck of a battle going on track right now between Kendall Levron and Brian Mescal Jr. That position is for 4th and 5th, and those two drivers not giving an inch. Travis Smith now just over 6 seconds left as we are working 9 laps left to go. Can he cut that race lead down anymore? We're going to have to wait to find out. My goodness. Crazy what might happen here at the end of this thing. But if Roy Hyde finishes where he does in front of these other 2 drivers, by virtue of the points lead that he had coming into tonight's race, he is going to walk away crowned your Season 1 champion, but he is going to do it the good old-fashioned way. You win the race, and you are, I mean, you pretty much got no choice but to crown me the king. Give me that championship ring. Put it on the finger for me. There it is. Let me have that. That battle on track for 4th, 5th, and 6th has started to dissipate just a little bit as gaps have begun to develop between those drivers. We're going to go up here, though, excuse me, and ride with the 9 of Travis Smith as he is stalking slowly but surely your race leader, the 00 of Roy Hyde. 6 laps left to go. 5.1 seconds separate Travis Smith from your race leader. We're going to have to see if he can't get the job done. I don't think he's going to have enough time, though. Now 5 laps left to go here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Roy Hyde gonna take it easy. I would think big gap easily managed. You could give up a second a lap here and not have to worry about giving up the race lead. And even if you did, you still have to make sure you finish in front of your other competitors. So even if it meant giving Travis Smith the position, that is something that I would do. That is something that a great crew chief of mine once told me, is it's better to finish in first than wadded up in 19th. Roy Hyde, now 3 laps to go before we can crown him the king, crown him the champion, as he is making his way around the lap machine of Christopher Matthews. I do apologize. That is actually the 40 of Charles Woods being put down 1 lap Corey Walters also being scored close to 1 lap down, just in front of your race leader, Roy Hyde. No, I was correct. Sometimes the paint schemes are really similar, and I get mixed up on who is who. But that's just because I can't see or read. So, yeah, Jeff Hollingsworth is in the 42. That is the driver Roy Hyde had just passed. But guess what? White flag is out. Final lap here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Roy Hyde being scored as your race leader. He is down into turns 1 and 2 for the last time here tonight. Back down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. And we're going to give you your race leader, your race winner, your championship winner, the 00 of Roy Hyde. Gets the job done here tonight. Absolutely amazing job by this 00 of Roy Hyde to come out here and not only win the race, but win the championship for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. He's going to bring it around to the front stretch. We're going to let him burn it down and celebrate just a little bit. And then we will step away for just a moment. And we will come back with all your race results. As you see, a lot of the guys coming and showing their respects to Roy Hyde in the 00, who has just been absolutely phenomenal this year. That's going to be his second win on the season, as he's got teammates, friends, and supporters right there lining up to give him and show him props. That is Brian Muskell Jr., Travis Smith, Chuck Mobley, Brian Littleton. There you see Roy having a little bit of fun out there, burning it down beside his friends. So we're going to step away for just one moment here at Turn 3 Racing Network. We will be right back for all your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. welcome back, and thanks for joining us once again here tonight at Turn 3 Racing Network. It is in the books. Season 1 is over for the Next Gen Racing 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Whew, and what a season it has been. Gonna run through and see if we can't catch a word or two with your third place finisher here tonight, and that was the 80 of Brian Littleton getting the job done, coming home in third place. Brian, how you feeling out there?
Not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Pretty good. That I watched one heck of a race, battles throughout the night. Green flag pit stops kind of played some tolls on that stuff, but enough about what I was watching. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen out of your windshield and from your driver's seat.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the back end of that 00, let me tell you. Well, Roy had it unlocked tonight. Man, congrats to him on the win and the championship. So well deserved. Just a lot of good racing. A lot of good side-by-side racing among the front runners. I didn't spend too much time in the back, so I don't know what it was like back there, but just a lot of fun tonight. A lot of fun.
Well, Brian, I'm not sure where the point standings are gonna shake out for you. I do know you missed a few races. Does knowing that your points deficit all stems from missing, I believe it was only 2, possibly 3 races. Do you think when we open up for the long season that you're going to be ready to go up there and challenge to steal next season's championship away from that 00?
Well, I'd like to say so. I mean, Roy's strong. He's tough to beat. So, we're just going to have to see. I do feel that, me losing a couple races this week or this season, not starting them definitely hurt us. I think we probably could have made that maybe a 4-car battle for the championship, but, who knows? So, but yeah, definitely next season, looking forward to it. We'll see what we can do with them.
All right, Brian. Well, once again, thanks for all the great action all season long here. Great finish for you tonight, walking away with third place. Nothing to hang your head about. So, great job, my man. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, I do's, anything like that?
Again, congrats to Roy. Great job on that win tonight. He's been phenomenal throughout the whole entire season. So congrats to him for sure. Thank Next Gen Racing. We put together a pretty decent set for tonight, and it showed. We all ran really well, so congrats to everybody there. Thanks to you for what you're doing up in the booth. Congrats on your new adventures moving forward. And thanks to the admins and everybody that's involved with getting these races together. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this.
All right, Brian. Well, we will look forward to catching up with you later on track throughout the week. I'm sure I will see you on track and probably put you in the wall.
Sounds good, man.
All right, take it easy, brother.
Yeah, you too.
There you have it. That was your third place runner for tonight's race, Brian Littleton. And now we're going to see if we can't catch up with your second place finisher in the season finale. And that is my man from 946 Designs himself, co-owner, co-creator, Travis Smith.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Man, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Good. Pretty pleased with that.
Well, man, you gave me one of the stand-up moments here tonight. Coming off of that restart, man, you had that thing sideways. Had to go back and watch it a few times. Hell of a wheel, man. Heck of a job, man. Crazy. Tell me a little bit about your race tonight.
Well, it was pretty good. We started out back, didn't qualify. Really didn't know what we had. In that sunlight, I didn't want to be in the middle of all that when the sun was out, and I got this Oculus, and for some reason I was experiencing a lot of glare down the front stretch. I mean, it's kind of cool, realistic, but nobody else was doing that. So wanted to play it safe, stay in the back for a while and ride around. But man, this thing was better than I thought it was going to be. And this kind of got behind there for a while. Had a good battle with GM there. Dirt, let's see, Roy. We all kind of, got out there and was having a pretty good battle for most of the night. And like you said, on that last restart there, I was like, well, I'm going to try to get what I can get on the bottom. And it's kind of crazy. We was actually talking about this a while ago. It gets really loose on the bottom of the racetrack where there's not as much banking for some reason. We couldn't figure it out, but all in all, good night. Congratulations to Roy out there. He put on a show. He whooped us tonight.
Oh, there towards the ending stage of the race, with about 20 to go or so, you had the freshest tires on track. You were making the fastest laps on track. Did you think you had enough time to catch him? Because it was getting close there, and I don't know, maybe it was just my eyes, but it looked like you kind of just said, I'm just not going to get him, and kind of just played it a little safe. What was going on there in those last 15 laps?
Well, there was one run at the beginning of the race where we was kind of matching times there. I was watching, like, he would beat me a 10th, I would beat him a 10th. And then we would switch back and forth, so I knew I had a good enough car if I just drove it and settled down a little bit. So my thoughts was, when he pitted, I was racing GM Littleton there, racing him pretty hard, and Roy got us. He pitted while we was racing, so I was like, I'm going to run this thing out and see if we get a caution. And then I got thinking, if I get a couple laps fresher tires, and it was driving really good after I cleared that traffic, I was like, well, I can't be losing too much time. So my plan was to get in the pit road, off the pit road, have the freshest tires at the end, and try to make a run at him. But I just waited too late. I stayed out there too long. Come back out, had a really good car, run him down, but he was too far gone. And I don't know if you caught it or saw it, but like you said, there with about 8 to go, 7, I almost put it in the fence trying to catch him. So I was kind of, shut this thing down, bring it home, 1, 2, 3.
All right, Travis Wolf, man, a heck of a job out there tonight, overcoming some adversity and driving back up through the field to walk away with a second. Heck of a job all season long. Before I let you go, man, and catch up with you before you jump into the K&N cars on Sunday, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to 946 Design, Mason Dixon Motorsports, Roy Hyde for all the help, Brian Mescal for all of his barrel repairs that he does at the end of pit road. Y'all check that out. He does a great job with those things. Let's see. GM for all the Michelob Light. And then I think that's about it. Oh, Elite. Everything that you do with Next Gen Productions up there. Doing a great job, man. Great season.
All right, well, we do appreciate it, Travis, and we will catch up with you a little bit later in the week.
Yes, sir. Be good.
There you have it. That was your second place finisher for this evening's race. But now on to the man of the hour, the man that got the job done, the 00 of Roy Hyde, man. Heck of a job out there. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, it was a fun race, and yeah, setup was really good. Track cooled down, fell right into it.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this, and I'm drawing a blank here, man. You went out and basically got the job done, no matter how you want to format it. The easiest way to guarantee yourself a championship is to win the final race. So not only did you walk away with the most laps led here tonight, you also walked away with a race win, securing the first championship for the 946 Designs Open Series. Tell me how that feels to be the first ever champion in the Open Cup Series.
Oh, it feels great. It's the initial season, and I mean, the season went really well on all all things considered, had to miss one race, well, start and park one race, and that kind of got me worried about the points a little bit. But Matthew McMeekin, I think he had military duties on one weekend. He wasn't able to make a race, so that kind of gave me a little bit of a buffer. And this race right here is just the less cars that you got to battle, the less chances you got to screw it up and have a bad finish. So I just did the best that I could, and clean air worked out, and stayed by myself.
Well, man, I threw up one of your fun facts about your thoughts on spandex. We're not going to dive too much into that because I doubt you're going to be running around in anything but your birthday suit after celebrating here tonight in Victory Lane. So go ahead. I'm going to give you the mic. It's all yours. Do what you want.
I just wanted to thank all the racers that came out today and throughout the entire season. We've had our rough races, we've had our great races, but all in all, the majority of the guys have stuck around for the entire season, and that's good to see. Even at the last race, that we still got a bunch of guys coming in to make it a good and fun race. This right here is the last race of the first season, which we're going to be starting up another season in February-ish. And Justin Walters right now is in the works of getting all that arranged. But it was a really great season, especially for the first time that we ran an open setup series. And that being an open setup, I think a lot of guys have been able to adjust to it, and I think a lot of guys have gotten better with doing them by doing this. Especially we follow the same race as iRacing does, so that therefore it gives them even the practice for the official races, which hopefully is helping them out in the official side, raising their iRatings as well. Other than that, Next Gen Racing, Brian Littleton, Travis Smith, most of all Dirt, he's helped me more than I think that he realizes how much he's helped me with what would Dirt do, and telling me not to do what Dirt does, because that's roughed me up in a couple of races, and he's told me to calm down, which is a role reversal, which is a really unique thing. As far as iRacing goes, just everybody in the list, Damon Cox, you up in the booth, everybody, we all come together, and it's a really good series, and it's a really good group of guys to run with. Family-wise, I got to thank the wife. She's the one that puts up with the craziness and this big old contraption that I got sitting in the office here that I do all this racing on, and yelling and screaming at people and throwing stuff, and she tolerates it all, which is kind of nice. I got family watching, and they usually watch all the races that I'm a broadcast on, and I do appreciate that. Got really old dude racing on a computer game, and mom and dad's watching it. It's kind of a unique thing that you can have in this day and age. It's kind of cool. But yeah, that's just about it. If anybody out there wants to get involved, it's Next Gen Racing. Like I said, we're going to open it up again probably in February. If you got the know-how, or if you want to have the know-how, come on out, and we're more than willing to work with just about anybody.
All right. Well, once again, my man, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the championship. And we will see you Sunday in the K&N car.
Yes, sir, you will, Dave. I appreciate it. Once again, good job out there, man.
There you have it. That was your race winner, the 00 of Roy Hyde, getting the job done. There's not much left here for me to go through. Do have the series owner on his way up to the booth. So with that being said, we're going to give you your race results for tonight's 946 Designs Open Cup Series season finale. First place, the 00 of Roy Hyde. In second, the 9 of Travis Smith. Third, the 80 of Brian Littleton. And in fourth, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Fifth place goes to the 8 of Kendall Levron, while Chuck Mobley in his 76 finds himself in sixth. Seventh position to the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. and Eric Blunt in the 6 machine finds himself in eighth. Ninth position to the 40 of Charles Woods. The 14 of Corey Walters rounds out your top 10. 11th spot goes to the 42 of Jeff Hollingsworth, while Ron Holyfield found himself in the 12th position. 13th goes to the 57 of Damon Cox, and Christopher Matthews finds himself in 14th. 15th position went to the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, while Thomas Light had some troubles being scored 2 laps down in 16th for tonight's race. 17th position goes to the 43 of Craig Lehrman, while Cody Terry rounds out the field for tonight's racing action. And it looks like coming through the door now is the co-owner and creator at 946 Designs, also series owner of the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, Justin Walters. Justin, man, thanks for taking the time to come up here and have a little chat after the final race of the season.
Thanks for pulling me in.
Man, great run for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series for Season 1. Great races week in and week out. Great finish to the season. Congratulations for such a great run already. And just tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to out of the series.
Yes, well, like I said, couldn't have been done without these drivers. They're doing such a good job with the short season. We started with Indy and ended with Homestead. For next year, I'm hoping to start in February. I want to say the 8th. I'm slowly working on the schedule. Do a shootout, like the All-Star, the Clash for the guys that were here this year. They'll come back. And then when the season starts up, we'll run what the NASCAR guys do. I'm still working out some kinks for Indy and the doubleheader for Pocono, but we got about 9 weeks to get that situated. Hopefully, if there's anybody out there watching that's interested in joining us next year, that they definitely keep an eye out. In January, when we start opening stuff up and registration, improvement races, and all that good stuff.
Well, man, Justin, not only do you do a great job at heading up this series for Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing, but you do a great job for the league in total, the series especially, as well as you do a lot of work for the broadcast company behind the scenes, and I personally do appreciate a ton of it. I wouldn't be able to do a majority of what I do up here in the booth for Next Gen Racing Productions, and that has opened up the door for me to expand myself and join with Turn 3 Racing Network. So, Justin, I owe a lot of that success to you, and I do greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in that K&N car here come Sunday. What are your thoughts for our first race at Atlanta in the K&N car?
Personally, I like it. It's a hot and slick track with the new tire model, which I think puts a lot of the skill back in the driver's hands. Unfortunately, the current Cup model, where it's, as you know, the mile and a half, it's balls to the wall always around the track from first 10, 15 laps. I think it's going to take more skill. I shouldn't say skill, more patience in saving equipment. I'm excited about that. I'm glad it picked up. Everybody's enjoying it. But like you said, with the league, with this, I mean, I couldn't do it with Mud and Roy, helping out with opinions. And I know the K&N, we would not be off the ground without Troy and the guys over at Racing for a Cause. So I do want to give out a shout out to them. And most importantly, before I forget, shout out to Jax. Without her work in the background, be a lot more tied up on stuff. She's been a big help.
Well, Justin, man, congratulations once again on a great series, great run for the guys. Everything's going good for yourself and Travis over there at 946 Designs as well. So I imagine you guys are going to be busy painting up some K&N cars for a few of the drivers and getting ready to get into the car and lay some laps down yourself. And I look forward to bringing some of the action you can give us on Sundays out to all the viewers. Before I let you go, though, Justin, you want to give any more shout outs or anything like that, or you're pretty much done? I hear somebody in the background giving a shout out. You better go kiss that baby girl.
Yeah, I think she got tired of me watching these guys tonight. So I do want to give a shout out, like I said, Roy, you in the booth for doing a good job with broadcasting, Jags for helping us with the stats and all the promo stuff that she's been helping with. My wife for letting me get on this a few nights a week now and still enjoy this. And then, like I said, I know I mentioned before, but Roy, Mud, Jam, and all them the guys, help out set up shit up the week, help with making decisions on admin stuff, and the racing for us guys. They're helping us so much right now.
All right. Well, we will catch up with you later, Justin. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, man.
There you have it. That was series owner Justin Walters from the 946 Designs camp. And yeah, man, there's not much left to do for us here tonight. Except for wrap up the cords and head on to the house. Man, what a great way to finish the season. With a great battle, great race. Roy Hyde walking away as your season 1 champion. And from myself, David Worrell, up in the booth, and everybody at Turn 3 Racing Networks, thank you for joining us. Look for us to go live with some more great racing action later on in the week. And with that all being said, yeah, that's it. We'll see you soon.